Welcome to the Trenton Freedom Coaches Show with head coach Kevin O'Hanlon and Darren Winberg. Our guest this week, Trenton Freedom's very own defensive tackle, Maurice Bertrand. Welcome to the Trenton Freedom Coaches Show.
Welcome into another episode of the Coaches Show. I'm your host, Darren Winberg, with my main man, Coach Kevin O'Hanlon.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. So it's been a couple weeks.
Been a few weeks, a lot of stuff going on.
It has. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Now, how did you spend Thanksgiving at the O'Hanlon home?
Working. There was no Thanksgiving really at the old O'Hanlon home. No, we had some opportunities pop up, and this went into like fixed mode, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So, we got it all fixed, taken care of, being proactive instead of reactive.
So are you a turkey or a ham guy?
I'm a turkey guy.
Yeah, see, for me, turkey. For me, it keeps me, tired, and you're always on the go. So I figured, you're a coach, you always want to, be on the go.
Yeah, no, I'm just, ham being salty. I'm not a real big fan of salt, but the turkey's an everyday thing. Stand alone.
Now, does the wife cook or?
No. No.
A bunch of family come into town, or?
We have family come in, but yeah, I never let the wife cook. It's
She's
either
not
me
watching.
cooking.
It's all right.
Oh no, you cannot cook.
So there's been a big buzz around since the last couple of weeks. We've talked with Trenton and everything going on. Now I have a lot of people that are talking to me. They're saying, "What's the difference between PIFL and arena football?" And I give them, the ins and outs of it. But I'm thinking, Coach, you're the guy that knows everything. The ins and outs. Give us a little tidbit of what the difference is between, the different leagues.
Well, as a player, I'll tell you the pay. At the Arena League, it's really like, think of it like Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Where like the PIFL is like AAA. I actually kind of consider us AF2.
Okay.
Really between the leagues, you have AFL and PIFL. It's just some vowel and a consonant in all reality. There's a few things in the PIFL you can't do. You can't catch off the nets like you can in the AFL.
Okay.
Can't catch off the dashers. But pretty much for everything else, it's pretty much the same.
Nice. Now, NFL, there's been a lot of wacky rule changes here and that. Is there a lot of rule changes in the PIFL that are different from the outdoor league?
There is, as far as it really affects the defense.
Okay.
Of course, just having 8 men on the field, your linebackers, one's blitzing, and one linebacker can only drop back 5 yards, but can go to width of the field until the quarterback does a play fake or a pump motion or a play action. So it really kind of stymies what you can do defensively. So you got to really be creative, because again, it's the offense. You have one guy running downhill at you, and almost to a point defensively, you're guessing at times.
Now, what do you think that gives an advantage to defense or offense?
I would like to say the defense. Historically, with our defenses, we've always been real successful. We'll continue to stay that way.
So you think it gives an advantage to the offense then?
Definitely, with 100% advantage is offense. That's why you see scores 80 to 70 all the time. So 3-0 games if you see any outdoor game.
That's true. Now, being a head coach in the news lately, there's been a lot of misbehaving coaches out there.
Yeah,
we saw with Mike Tomlin, Jason Kidd. Now, we're not going to put you on blast or anything, asking you if you've ever done anything like that. But how is you, as a coach, being in that fraternity, how do you see those behaviors?
Well, there's that unwritten rule you hear a lot. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Now, like the Mike Tomlin thing, I looked over and over at it again. I really think he got caught watching the game.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what's in the coach's mind at the time. Jason Kidd needed extra time. He got creative. You just never know what they're thinking. I would highly doubt that Coach Tomlin was doing anything on purpose. If you could just continue to watch it, and he admitted to watching the big board, watching the game. I think he just got caught watching the game.
And he is on the rules committee. He's.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably gonna face the fine, have to answer some questions. I'm willing to bet he's more embarrassed that he put himself in that position than whatever fine he gets.
That's true. Yeah. So now we got practice or tryouts coming up January.
January 18th will be our last open tryout. Yeah. Actually have some kickers in. It's going to be in the Sun National Bank Center.
Okay.
So looking to fill up that roster.
Excellent. Now, since we last talked, is there any player signings, that you can talk about, let's say?
Yeah, we've been real busy. Someone that's a friend of the show, I guess, from your IGL days, Marquise Slocum.
Yep.
Is our first official Trenton Freedom player moved up. He's joined the Pittsburgh Power.
Okay.
Which is great for Marquise. I mean, he's an NFL football player.
Yeah. He was in the NFL, correct?
Yeah, he was with the Redskins. I believe he got picked up by the Rams. He got sent to Lehigh, where I coached previously. Another great ownership, great organization, Lehigh Valley. whatever reason didn't work out there. Everyone has that issue we got to clear up, let it be athleticism or whatnot. Marquise he's ready. His head's on straight. He's ready to go, and I didn't think we'd have him long. I think we had him longer than I planned. Let's see how long Pittsburgh Power has him now. Maybe he'll make the season. Maybe he won't. But we'll see him back in the NFL. We've signed some great talent. We've signed some great local talent again. We got 2 wide receivers that played with our quarterback Warren Smith. One was also Landis Williams. He was with the Denver Broncos in camp. He's joining us this year. Maurice McDermott, who also played with Warren. So that's great for us. It's a little bit, you got to see how it goes because it's the outdoor game to the indoor game, but to have that continuity where these three played together, they were all conference football players together, set all kinds of records. So now we're just going to hope to keep Warren.
Yeah.
He's another guy that's popping up on a lot of people's radars. We signed a great center, Jeremy Schaumbruner. I don't foresee us going to camp with Jeremy. The phone's been ringing off the hook as soon as we signed him. Phenomenal kid, Temple kid.
Okay, nice.
Played also for me at Lehigh. He's played in the AFL already. Shook out somehow after the season that he wasn't signed. As soon as I could find out where he was at, first thing I did is picked up that true center. The most important guy to indoor team is the center. Coaches might argue quarterbacks or whatnot, but if the quarterback can't get the football, it doesn't matter how good he is. So I really value our centers, that top-notch guy.
So you said from day one you want your players to move on. Does that make you a little bit nervous? Because you got a team to coach, and if all your good players are getting signed, what's that going to do for your team this upcoming season?
I wasn't really nervous to this week. We had the phone ring one day and inquiry about 10 of our players from several AFL teams. Okay. Walked into Dennis's office and said, well, Dennis, you probably should have went ahead and moved somewhere to make this an AFL team because we're fielding everybody. Yeah. He asked what I meant, and I told him, and he's like, well, that's really a good problem to have. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, remember when you told me competitive was 8-4? Yeah. If some AFL team, we have all our guys, wins, the Arena Bowl, and we're not 8-4.
That's where my team is.
That's where our team is. So it's great to have the ownership that knows that's the goal from the door. It's getting a little bit tight right now because a lot of quality guys that I was just sitting back from the beginning saying we are really stacked. Yeah. For a first-year team, you just don't find talent like that all the time. That's coming to a new organization that's really unproven to what they could provide for the. It's
almost like you had your own draft and you got the top-notch players.
Bunch
that
of
you
number
wanted.
One picks. Yeah, real successful for this early on. We still have a workout. We have some months left. The NFL draft guys will shake out. People might not believe they're going to go to like an AF2 team, but they will. For whatever reason, there'll be something either athletically or somewhere along the player's career that they just need to fix. And we're the home for it. Yeah. My staff and myself can definitely fix what's wrong. That's what we're known for. That's why so many teams are calling about players, and they're sending us players. I mean, a few NFL guys that have shaken out. I just keep saying that meaning, shaken out meaning that they're not the third best on the team no more. So they've been released, and they'll call and say, "Will you take, so and so? Here's where he needs to improve." And absolutely, we will. And when they're local, New Jersey, Pennsylvania products, New York products, you bet we will. Let's face it, at the end of the day, it's about business, and that's great business to have. And they're good character guys, and none of them have been too big to say, "Man, I'm not coming down here to do this." No, they know who we are. They know how we can fix them, and we want them to go back up to the NFL. And
that's great because you've always said you're a teacher. You like to coach.
Right.
Off the air, we were talking about all the NFL guys that have been in, the Arena Bowl, all this, lower tier stuff, but they get back up to their spot because guys like you that are, teaching them.
It's I guess about business. I never really looked at it in the sense that, man, we move up a lot of guys. I mean, when I'm talking to players, I absolutely do. 9 to 5, Monday through Sunday. We're not thinking that. That's not like I wake up going, who are we going to move up today? Yeah. Is it circumstance? A lot of it. We get the right players with the right staff. The players come with the right frame of mind, and it happens. There's other organizations doing the same thing. We've just previously been really successful. Again, with Lehigh, a lot of my staff came from there. The Steelhawks, that ownership has the same mindset. Let's move guys up. And day one, Dennis said the same thing. He actually put out a press release saying we want to move you up, which is unheard of. Yeah. We rule. I'll tell everybody day one. It's going to sound odd to a lot of these players, but I don't want you here. We're a stepping stone. It's nice if we rent you for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but
get us those 3 wins and move on.
Let's go. Let's get out of here because we got people waiting to come in.
Yeah. So finally, Lehigh Valley, the schedule's finally come out.
Right.
Have you got that penciled in?
Yeah, Lehigh Valley, I do have penciled in. I really do, for a number of reasons. One, the Clark family, they've really, really helped me move along with my career. Great guys out there playing for Lehigh. I've coached a lot of them, coached with Coach Thompson and the staff. And the fans, I tell you, when I was out in Lehigh, after every game, I really wish I could have shook every one of their hands and thanked them for coming. I love Lehigh Valley, love the people out there. I hope they love me after the 3 L's they catch.
That's what I like, Coach. Well, Coach, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Very much. And we'll be right back after a quick break with Maurice Bertrand of the Trenton Freedom.
So you've been thinking about changing careers? Well, now is the perfect time to check out Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Discover the exciting world of audio and video production. They have a campus right here in Cherry Hill.
Call 1-800-TV-RADIO or visit gocsb.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Schrader, wide receiver for the Trenton Freedom. I'm excited to let you know season tickets are now on sale for our inaugural season. It's going to be a great season of hard-hitting football and great family fun. I and the rest of the Trenton Freedom football team look forward to seeing you at the Sun National Bank Center. Let's go Freedom!
Welcome back in, joined by Maurice B-Train Bertrand.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
All right.
Welcome to the Coaches Show.
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah, it's always good to be around Coach. You know, Coach.
Get a couple extra plays and you're sitting next to him.
Man, I ain't trying to come off the field.
So tell us about your football history and background.
Football history, man. Started out, I'm from Yonkers, New York.
Okay.
I started playing there when I was young. Been playing football all my life since I was 10.
You're what, 20?
I'm 26 now.
Okay.
Just turned 26 November 8th. Happy birthday.
Happy belated. Happy belated.
Yeah, I've been playing football all my life, man. I actually started out playing linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah, so linebacker, and then into my collegiate career down at Shaw University, I started playing linebacker, but then I gained so much weight, they moved me down the defensive line. I was like 260, 270, and I was there for like 2 years, redshirted.
Yep.
And then Lincoln heard about me. They brought me in. They gave me scholarship. I played under Coach Abanashe and Herbert Pickens, defensive coordinator.
Nice.
And I gained so much weight, and I just started to love defensive line, and I got so good at it. And my second year there playing, I was actually coached under Leroy Thompson.
Okay.
Yeah, very good coach, man. He's all over the NFL coaching, so good guy.
Got a stamp everywhere in all these defenses. Yeah.
So I learned a lot from him. So that basically I took off from there. And
what's the biggest thing you learned from Leroy?
Man, probably where to place my hands for a good bull rush, because a lot of people don't know where to really place their hands. They'll go either outside, that's a hold, or they'll go
slap,
or there'll be one hand right here, one hand down low. You need to be right there at the chest plate, grip just like an old lineman would do, and then just push. So that's one of my moves: push, pull.
Don't give them all away.
Oh no, it don't matter. They gotta stop it first.
There we go.
Yeah, so
we like that confidence.
Oh yeah, I love it, man. I love competition. That's my thing. Like, I'm very aggressive up front. So.
But you're a gentleman off the field, right?
Oh,
gentleman and a scholar.
Always.
So now, how did you hear about Coach O'Hanlon and the Trenton Freedom?
Actually, me and Coach Reed always was talking, back and forth. He heard of me through my father.
Okay.
And then we actually met. And then first he asked me, who did I play for? I was like, I'm trying to play for somebody. This was
trying to play for you, Coach.
Right,
come on.
Exactly. He was a defensive coordinator over there at Lehigh Valley. And then actually I had walked into a workout. And he asked me what I was doing here. I'm like, Coach, what you mean what I'm doing here? You know what I'm trying to do here. And he already knew of me and my previous playing history. So
he's got some good pedigree
defensively.
Oh yeah. He's putting in some work over there.
Yeah. So it was just basically just numbers from there. It was just, do you want to play for me? Sure. Why wouldn't I want to play for a defensive guy? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a blessing to be in the position I am now, and just. We're going to bring a ring to Trenton. Nice.
Now, Coach, this charismatic, humble pie guy, how great is it to have him on your squad?
Like he said, it is great because, I was talking to his father, then walked into a workout a couple of months ago, and I actually looked twice because he hates hearing it, but he kind of slimmed down a little. I'm looking, I'm like, what are you doing here? Because literally I thought he'd be AFL, CFL, or NFL. And he's like, I'm looking to play ball. And I'm like, well, you're not looking anymore. And literally was probably technically the first guy signed in Trenton Freedom history.
Okay.
Marquise literally right behind him.
There's a trivia question for all you
There
out
you
there.
go. So, of course, at that time, I'm thinking, man, Marquise and him on the D-line, wow, trouble right there, because indoor game, it's all one-on-one.
Yep.
And I'll take the power and the push all day long. Find a speed rush end to put next to him, and offense has problems. And it worked out. It worked out great. Again, lucky. Again, another guy. I know Leroy very well. I know where Leroy's at now, and we've talked about this young man here. And I know he's already on radar, so probably another guy we're renting for a little while. And although we'll continue to work with the ring, I'll be shocked if we're standing there in Sun National Bank on the confetti like, yo, we got this ring.
Yeah.
If he's there.
Yeah.
You know, I'll probably be running home to flip on the NFL Network or CBS to watch the AFL game, but that's okay.
So now Marquise has gotten promoted,
Yeah.
getting moved up. Coach is talking about everyone getting moved up. He's talking about you getting moved up.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel, man?
It makes me feel good, you know what I'm saying? I just try to take it one day at a time. I don't want to rush nothing, you know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot, so it's just like, you know, anything that comes my way is just a blessing at this point. It's just, you know, time is just the key. So as long as I'm putting in the effort and the workouts and where I need to be physically, I know I'll be fine. You know, God has what He has in plan for me, so.
Now, what's your playing weight? What's your ideal weight that you want to play at?
I like to play at like between 285 to 290. I told Coach earlier I'm gonna come into camp probably 294. He thinks I slimmed down, but I'm still 285.
You're still benching, you know?
Yeah, benching, squatting, hand cleaning, you know. So everything, the numbers is there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to really come into camp at a nice, good weight because I know Coach gonna run us to death.
Oh yeah, you can plan on it.
Yeah, so.
So ideally, where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now?
3 to 5 years from now, I really don't know. I don't want to jinx nothing. You know what I'm saying? I have a degree, so I have something to fall back on. If I am still playing football, I hope I'll be moved up. If I am in the same league, I hope I still be playing for Coach O'Hanlon over here. So
That's it. Now, what do you consider yourself your biggest strength?
as far as on the field,
yeah, on the field. Character, because I'm sure Coach sees you as a leader. Coach, you see him as a leader.
Yeah, so when we actually met between the workout and the last time we had talked, I talked to his father, like, man, you're doing a great job with him. And, you know, they were kind of asking, like, about agents. Yeah. And I said, at this level, Mo, Dad's your best agent.
Yeah.
Walk around as a commodity, because who has your best interest other than you? You know, Dad might be biased, but in this situation, you want Pops to be biased. Yeah. And he's done a great job, because he would send me emails, he'd send me texts, and we talked, and we stayed in touch. And as far as character, to me, that's his strongest point is character. But when I watch film and watch him play, his first step is just
quick,
insane. And he plays low, and the power he brings, with it being one-on-one, they're going to have to chip him. And if they don't chip him, quarterbacks want to get rid of the ball. We match him up with some other good, another guy replacing Marquise, Lukman Abdul is another big Marquise type, 6'5" kid from Miami, who hopefully blows up that position. You know, maybe he requires the help from the running back, and we're gonna let this dog hunt. Yeah. You know, go get them sacks.
The B train. Woo!
Trying to make it happen.
Well, we got to get your Pops on here now, because he seems like would you say your biggest influence so far?
Oh yeah, man. My Pop's been there every step of the way, no doubt about it. You know, we clash just like anybody else would clash.
Yeah. Anyone who loves each other, they butt heads, right?
Yeah, but you know, he's been there every step. You know, he wouldn't make a wrong decision for me, so I was just appreciating to have him in my life. So
excellent.
Yeah,
Maurice, I appreciate everything.
Appreciate it.
And we're not done with Maurice yet. We have a great story to tell, so stay tuned after this break.
So you've been thinking about changing careers? Well, now is the perfect time to check out Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Discover the exciting world of audio and video production. They have a campus right here in Cherry Hill.
Call 1-800-TV-RADIO or visit GoCSB.com.
Hi, I'm Shad Hallett, owner of Adrenaline Sports Performance. We are located 7007 Route 38 West in Pennsauken, New Jersey. We are official trainers for the Trenton Freedom. We provide quality strength and conditioning, athlete performance, massage therapy, and injury prevention. We can be reached at 856-336-8595. www.adrenalinesportsperformance.com. Adrenaline, where athletes come to get better.
And welcome back. We're with Maurice again. Now, we teased this story earlier before we went to break.
Okay.
Now, this is it's an endearing story. It may be a little graphic at times, so just be prepared to hear it. But it's a story that we felt, as Trenton's a big familial, town, and the whole Freedom is all about family. We figured we wanted to share this story, with the viewers and with the town of Trenton. So take us back, Maurice, to the summer of June 2011.
Ooh. It's funny. Ooh. That was a good summer. That was a good summer, man. I was actually in the best shape of my life, ready to go into my senior season. Man, Coach had big plans for me. He had revamped the defense.
And you were the stud of that defense.
Yeah. And in June, I was actually on my way. I was at a barbecue, me and my friends, a couple of my friends from, around the way. And we was in Camden.
New Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey. And we ran out of barbecue sauce that day. This is June 26th. So we ran out of barbecue sauce.
You can't have a barbecue and run out of barbecue sauce.
You run out of barbecue, the flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
So actually we ran out of barbecue sauce, and I was on my way to the store to go pick up some more. En route to the store, I actually seen one of my friends getting jumped by a couple guys, and I intervened. I broke up the altercation and proceeded back to the barbecue to make sure he was all right.
So there was a scrum going on. You stopped.
Yeah.
And you just broke it up.
Yeah.
And then everyone went their separate ways. And like, all right, let's go back to barbecue. Okay.
Yeah, everyone went their separate ways, and I made sure he was all right. So then I proceeded back to the store, got the barbecue sauce. Actually, on my way back from the store back to the barbecue, I was approached by a van. A van pulled up on me, or a truck actually, and began to fire at me with shots. Like
gunshots?
Yeah, gunshots.
Okay.
I was shot actually 5 times, twice in the femur bone, which I broke. I have a rod in from my hip down to my knee. I got shot in my ankle, that went through. Shot in my arm, came out my shoulder, grazed my eye, and I also got shot in my back.
Oh my goodness.
So I still had the bullet fragment in my back. I remember the first thing when I got to the hospital, I was still coherent. I asked the doctor.
After all that, you still?
Yeah, I was still coherent. I thought I was dead. It was hot outside. I remember the ground was burning. I was still coherent. First thing I asked the doctor, like, would I be able to play again before, I went under anesthesia for them to do surgery. I asked him would I be able to play again. I told him I was a football player. He said, all he did was shake his head. He really was trying to ignore my questions.
Yeah.
And actually, like, when I woke up, I guess I woke up halfway through the surgery. I actually heard like drills going into my leg, because I have screws in my leg. But I was put back to sleep, and I woke up. I was actually in the hospital for a month. After about 2 to 3 weeks, I actually that's when I actually finally got out of bed, and I went from a walker. They had to give me a walker first, like an old person walk to try to relearn how to walk, because like I said, I have a metal rod from my hip down to my knee now. So
you essentially had to learn all your fundamentals all over again.
Everything, yeah. I was basically on bed rest. So, after a walker, I went from 2 crutches, but that took about a month and a half. I mean, it was crazy. So from the 2 crutches, I went to 1 crutch, and from 1 crutch, I went to a cane. In the process of this whole time, I'm hearing from doctors and therapists that I won't be able to play again. It's over, career's over, get football out of my mind.
And as an athlete, your mentality never give up.
I can't. I mean, football is really the reason why I'm still here, because after about I want to say maybe 5 days into the hospital, the doctor actually came in. He actually told me what saved me that day, and it was because of my physical attributes. He said, anyhow I would have been any smaller, I would have died that day. So, like I said, I was in the best shape of my life going into that season, and I mean, putting in the hard work. You can't cheat the workout.
No, 100%.
Can't cheat the workout. So, I'm glad I just was putting in that time, and I'm still here today, being able to play for Trenton.
That's huge. Now, did you figure out who shot you? What?
No, we never figured that out. I really wasn't really too pressed about the situation. You know what I'm saying? I just was really just glad that I was still here, still alive, and
So as you talked about in the last segment, your pops, he must have been there.
Oh yeah, my pops. Yeah,
day one.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, like when I woke up after the surgery, he was there. I was still heavy up on drugs and everything, but he was there. He was one of the first person I saw, him and my mother. And I had a lot of support for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't name everybody one by one, but my pops and my mom, they was there really every step of the way.
Made that family, made that bond strong to get you back to where you are today.
Yeah, my coaching staff, they helped me out a lot. Chris Vigneault, actually, Novacare, the trainer at my school.
Okay.
Him and his team down there, they helped me out a lot. They really got me back to where I needed to be as far as like playing. My girlfriend, my family, everybody was there. My teammates, everybody helped me every step of the way. And I feel like everybody that helped me through that way is making me the better man that I am today, on and off the field.
So what was the turning point that made you like, you know what? Forget what everyone's saying. Forget what the doctors are saying.
Right.
I'm Maurice Bertrand. Be trained. I can do what I want. I'm a beast.
Yeah.
I'm physically gifted. When it was like, you're like, you know what? Was it from day one? Or was it, like, when was the time did it click?
Well, of course, everybody goes through the, depression, feeling sorry for themselves, all that. It was just...
You would have had every reason to, let's be honest.
I had every reason to. I went through that moment, like, for that whole month I was in the hospital. I was just like, man, it's just over. I thought I was never going to walk again, let alone be back on the field. Getting back to the story, and far as my rehab period, as I was rehabbing, the physical therapist told me, "Oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to play again because like I said, like I still have a bullet in my back. Fragment hit my eye, like
do you have vision out of that?
Yeah,
eye?
I have distorted vision, but it doesn't hinder me from playing or doing nothing.
I've seen you play. It definitely doesn't hinder you.
Yeah, so it's definitely still a blessing, but it was the moment that I just was like, you know what, I just need to get back is just still seeing like people that been through worse than this.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, not even just trying to get back to the field, but just trying to get back to where they need to be in life, and they still trucking. You know what I'm saying? And I just took that as inspiration, and it was just something in my head that was like, if I can get back, I know I can make the difference in somebody. Even if I make a difference in one person's life, they'll be able to say, well, look, this guy did it, so why can't I do it? It doesn't matter what you're going through. You could be going through a depression, an incident like mine, or even just a regular football injury. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've been around guys that just broke their leg and said it was over, let alone a torn ACL. Me, I had no bone in my body, so it's just like.
Well, your positive outlook on life it's refreshing to see, Maurice, and I applaud your story and
appreciate it.
Going back, final question. Everyone always says, what they've gone through in life, it makes them stronger. You are the best physical position, peak position of your life, potential NFL probably. Obviously you may regret certain things, but do you feel you needed to go through this to get to where you are today?
I feel like everything happens for a reason. I try not to question nothing that happens, in life. Like, I feel like me going through this made me a better person, made me better on and off the field, you know what I'm saying? I feel like now it's just like the little things that like I was scared of maybe happening in the game, trying to save myself for just like that one little half a second in the play, like should I take on this block? Yeah. Now it's just like,
you go straight up 100% every time?
100% every time, no days off, no time off, I just take everything for what it is.
Thanks again, Maurice.
Oh yeah, no problem. Man.
We'll be back after this break with Coach O'Hanlon for some final thoughts.
So you've been thinking about changing careers? Well, now is the perfect time to check out Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Discover the exciting world of audio and video production. They have a campus right here in Cherry Hill.
Call 1-800-TV-RADIO or visit GoCSB.com.
I'm Maurice Bertrand, defensive tackle for your Trenton Freedom Professional Indoor Football League. And I'm here to let you know single and season game tickets are on sale. But you can get yours by logging into www.trentonfreedom.com or by calling 1-800-521-FREE. I look forward to seeing you and your family there for hard-hitting, fun action with me and my teammates. Let's go Freedom.
And we're back with Coach with some final thoughts. What a great story, Maurice.
I tell you, man, why would you not want someone like that on your defense, right?
Character guy, great thing.
Yeah.
Looking forward to see him.
Oh, yeah.
So we got some good things coming up on the calendar, Coach.
We
Press
sure
conference?
do. We got the press conference December 17th at 1 p.m. at Paulie Amrose's restaurant right in Hewing.
Okay.
Some big announcements coming out there as well. Some nice partnerships being announced. Some new people being brought on.
Okay.
Then January 18th, our last open workout.
What's your biggest need for that open tryout?
Well, we're going to go ahead and I guess it's a need, kickers. We'll be got there. So if you're a
Kickers?
kicker, come on out. But we really need some O linemen, D linemen, some linebackers.
Okay.
We're pretty sturdy at the running back position and the wide receiver position. But hey, come take someone's job. I mean, that's what all the coaches say. We don't really care about what the player's done. We want a player to make a play. Make me a play. Mm-hmm. You know, let's not talk about the plays you made. Make us a play. So come out and literally you have a shot to make the team. We have 22 of 40 roster spots full.
Okay.
And there's nothing to say that we can't find 40 guys at this workout.
That's
not
true.
22 guys. That's what it has to be about. That's the frame of mind. It has to be with the best talent.
And that's January 18th?
January 18th at Sun National Bank Center.
What time?
We'll start about showing up about 9 o'clock and
Okay.
get going about 10 a.m.
All right.
Kickers will be starting right at 9 a.m. And we'll be having at it.
All right, guys. Be prepared to come. Coach, as always,
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much. Yes, sir.
And we'll see you next episode, a couple weeks from this week.
Yes, sir.
Right
For
after-
holiday season.
Yeah, after the press conference.
Yep.
For Darren Wimberg, Coach O'Hanlon, we'll see you next time.